Pleasant greetings, Asian everyone. So, as the first presenter of our group, I am Rajal Alejandro Vergata Giritan, and in the duration of this presentation, we will be talking about apportionment using the Jefferson's method. So, first, let us take an identification or definition regarding what is apportionment in Jefferson's method. So, what is apportionment? So, in definition, apportionment is a process of dividing seats in a legislative body among different constituencies based on population. Its importance is to ensure fair representation and democratic principle. Apportionment in Jefferson's method was initially established to understand demography in politics, socioeconomic, and the fair representation and democratic principles. Set for example, newly hired teaching personnel are assigned in far-flung areas. The intention of this is to create a concept of apportionment by providing hands-on experiences. So, to simplify that, in Jefferson's method, let us paint a picture wherein there are 1,200 freshman enrollees in an institution. So, in that particular institution, the institution has 6 programs. So, the margin for that, or the number of students that will be accepted in that specific programs will have a margin of 200 students per programs. So that sums up to 1,200. So in Jefferson's method, it focuses on the population and the distribution or distribution of the students in particular seats. So moving on is, after Washington vetoed Hamilton's method, Thomas Jefferson proposed a new method called Jefferson's method. It was used in Congress from 1791 through 1842. And Jefferson methods differs from Hamilton's method in how to resolve the situation when the lower quota or initial quota is less than actual seats available. So to simplify that, the difference between Hamilton and Jefferson is actually quite simple. So if we try to look at it, Hamilton method is more specified and reliant on specific connotations. Set for example, to determine the apportionment of voters in Misamis Oriental, in Hamilton method, we need to count the numbers of municipalities and add the overall population. In light with that, we can come to a conclusion that the Hamilton method in apportionment focuses on the participants, and the Jefferson's method of apportionment focuses on the population. As we progress with this presentation, we will dive more onto the method of apportionment by Jefferson's. The following reporters will elaborate the concepts that will be introduced in this presentation.
Jefferson's method. So Jefferson's method involves several steps. So first step is determine how many people each representative should represent. Do this by dividing the total population of all the states by the total number of representatives. This answer is called the standard divisor or divisor. So this means in the first step of Jefferson's method, we aim to determine how many constituents each representative should ideally serve in order to ensure equitable representation across different states. To do this, we calculate what is known as the standard divisor. This figure is found by dividing the total population of all states combined with the total number of representatives available. The result gives us an average number of people for which one representative is responsible. By establishing the standard divisor, we create a baseline for fairness in distributing representatives relative to varying state populations. So the second step was divide each state's population by the divisor to determine how many representatives it should have. record this answer to several decimal places. This answer is called the quota. Once we have the standard divisor, we proceed to the next step, which involves determining the allocation of representatives to each state. So this is done by dividing each individual state's population by the standard divisor computed in the first step. The outcome of this calculation is known as the quota for each state, so representing the ideal number of representatives based on population. So it is very important to record these quotas with several decimal places because the decimal values are crucial for the next steps of the method, impacting how many representatives each state ultimately receives. The third step was cut off all the decimal parts of all the quotas, but don't forget what the decimals were. So these are the lower quotas or initial apportionment. In this step, we trim down the quotas we calculated in the previous step by discarding the decimal portions, leaving us with only the whole numbers. So this process is referred to as obtaining the lower quotas or initial apportionment. The rationale behind cutting off the decimals is to provide a more tangible number of representatives that can be assigned, since you cannot have a fraction of a representative. So this step simplifies the allocation. However, it's essential to remember the decimal values because they are the key to understand why certain adjustments might need to be made later in the process. So this is the last step of Jefferson's method. If the total from step 3 was less than the total number of representatives, reduce the divisor and recalculate the quota and allocation. Continue doing this until the total in step 3 is equal to the total number of representatives. The divisor we end up using is called the modified divisor or adjusted divisor. The final step of Jefferson's method involves checking whether the total number of representatives assigned match the total number of representatives that need to be apportioned. So if the total is less than required, adjustments must be made. So this is accomplished by reducing the standard divisor and recalculating each state's quota. By continuing this adjustment and recalculation process, we eventually derive a new divisor, referred to as the modified divisor or adjusted divisor. So this adjusted divisor leads to a recalibrated set of quotas that will now equal the exact number of representatives required. So the iterative nature of this step ensures that the allocation remains fair while still adhering to the constraints of a fixed number of representatives.
For example, a college offers tutoring in math, English, chemistry, and biology. The numbers of students enrolled in each subject is listed below. If the college can only afford to hire 21 tutors, determine how many tutors shall be assigned to each subject using Jefferson's method. So as we can see, sa atong problem, we have also the table. So we have the enrollment, quota, initial, and final. So we have the 4 subjects, which is math, English, chemistry, and biology. So i-total sa nato ang enrollment. So for math, we have 360, for English 315, for chemistry 135, for biology is 80. Ang total kay 890. So first, pangitaon sa natatong standard divisor. So unsaon day pagkuha sa standard divisor? So di ba naa nata enrollment na ato ang gi-add. So nanata enrollment atong gi-add, which is the 890 yung total. I-divide na to sa atong 21 tutors, which is if 890 divided by 21 equals to 42.3810. So, naanatay standard divisor ang 42.3810. So, now let's find our quota in each subject. For math, 360 divided by 42.3810 equals to 8494. Mao na ang quota. For English, 315 divided by our standard divisor, 42.3810. So, mao na itong total kay 7.433 and so on sa ato ang chemistry and biology. So, for finding our initial, kinanamtay quota, for finding our initial it's very simple kay it's like putting down the decimal point lang. So, di ba sa atong kuta 8.494. So, pauna na to na ang decimal point. So, 8, 7, 3, and 1. So, and then ang atong initial is ato ang itotal. Total for 19. So, which is wrong kay ato ang gipangita is 21 lang. 21 tutors, 19 atong nakuha. So, let's revise or let's change our standard divisor. So, let's try na atong standard divisor is 42. So, okay. So, for math, 360 divided by 42, which is 8.571. For English, 315 divided by 42 equals to 7.5 and so on. So, i-total na to siya. And then, ato ada yun siyang, so mauto siya atong kuta. And then, for initial, same kaganina, it's very simple na. It's like putting down the decimal point. So, sa first 8, 7, 3, 1. So, pag i-add na to siya, 8 plus 7 plus 3 plus 1 is equals to 19. 19 na Japon siya. So, pero ang atong magipangita is 21. Kaya natay 21 shooter. So, wrong siya. So, let's try for the last time sa ato ang i-list ato ang standard divisor, which is 890 divided by 21 equals to 40. So let's try 40. So the same as kaganina, our math will be divided into our sa atong standard divisor. So math 360 divided by 40 equals to 9. So English 315 divided by 40 equals to 7.875. So, mauna to ang kuta. And the rest will follow. Same sa atong chemistry and biology. So, sa atong initial, same kaganina. Putting down the decimal point. So, removing the decimal point. So, sa math, 9. Sa English, 7. Sa chemistry, 3. Sa biology, 2. So, if you add all of the initial numbers, kaya atong makuha is 21. So, sa atong final, which is the last column or the last table, you need to copy ras atong initial. So, and then, if we total, tanan, is makuha na to ang 21 na, which is atong gipangita for 21 tutors. So, mauto, nakuha na to ang ato ang modified divisor, which is the final divisor, which is the 40.
Is 283 population divided by 20,300 is 13.941. And Grant has a population of 153,000 divided by 20,300 is 7.537. So as for Colton, there are 108,000 divided by 20,300 is 5.320. So as for Davis is 346,000 divided by 20,300 is 17.044. So as for McKinley has a population of 116,000 divided by 20,300 is 5.714. So as for initial, wala na siya. So ang initial sa Adam is 13.941. So ang initial na is 13 kay wala man decimal. And for Grant is 7.537. So ang initial lagi na is 7 since ang 7 naman mo whole number. So as for Colton, naay ka ng 5.320 or 320 ang initial ni ay ang kuta ni Colton. So ang initial ana is 5. So as for Davis is na siya 17.044, so the initial is 17. So as for Hayes is na siya 10.985, so ang initial ana is 10. So as for McKinley is ang iyang kuta is 5.714, so ang initial is 5. So that's why na-come up na to ang kana siya nga modified divisor since ang initial niya nga kuan nga total is 57. Since 13 plus 7 plus 5 plus 17 plus 10 plus 5 is 57. So, naa may 57 seats sa legislature. So, ang final na to is mao ang 13, 7, 5, 17, 10, and 5. So, that's my part, and thank so good day everyone, especially to you, Ma'am K. So, as for the continuation, in example 2 is the legislature in a state has 57 seats. So, apportion these seats to these 6 countries below using a Jefferson's method. So, as we all know, it was discussed about the Jefferson's method. So, here there are 6 countries, which is Adams, Grant, Colton, Davis, Hayes, and McKinley. So first step is to find their total population. So here state that Adams has a population of 283,000, and Grant has a population of 153,000, and Colton has a 108,000, and Davis has a 346,000 population. And also Hayes has 223,000, and McKinley has a 116,000. So as for the total population for this example is that 1,229,000. So the apportion is 57 seats. So for the standard divisor formula is that total population divided by the apportion. In this example is the apportion is 57. So in this example there are 1,229,000 population divided by 57. So the answer is 21,651.404. So let's go to quota. So as for the quota is the population is divided by the standard divisor. So as for the standard divisor in which we tried this is that 21,651.404. So let's compute Adams. So Adams has a 283,000 divided by 21,651.404. So the quota would be 13.07. And Grant has a 153,000 divided by 21,651.404 is 7.067. So as for the Colton is she has a population of 108,000 and his quota is 4,988. So and for Davis is 346,000 and divided by 21,651.404 is 15.980. And as for Hayes, there are 223,000 population divided by 21 is 10.300. So as for McKinley, there are 116,000 divided by 21,651 is 5.358. So for the initial column is that imol ay walaon lang yun ang kanang or to cut out the decimal point. So as for the initial of Adams is 13.07, so the initial is 13. And so on na din na siya sa other nga mga countries or other variables sa isa ka problem. So here we say nga ang total din sa initial is 54 lang. So ang atong gipangita is ang total of 57 seats. So we come up to a modified divisor. So as for the modified divisor is that we try the 20,300. So as for the 20,300 is that Adams.
So, hello everyone. I am Darmanuel Valdevesa and I'll be discussing the conclusions. So, apportionment is very important. It is very important for fair representation and upholding democratic principles. It serves as the foundation for equitable governance. The Jefferson Plan provides a historical context to understand apportionment methods. Although significant, it is just one of the many methods to consider. Fairness in apportionment can be assessed through criteria like proportionality, minimizing disparities, political neutrality, ease of implementation, transparency, and accountability or responsibility. So, the Jefferson Plan has its strengths and weaknesses, which is why exploring other approaches is also essential need yun nato or kinahanglan nato nga mag-explore og other approaches. Moving forward, the future of apportionment will require innovation and adaptability. Public engagement and or ang pag-apil sa publiko will play a vital role in shaping methods that align with society's needs. Okay, next slide. So we have here a quote by Winston Churchill. It is no use saying we are doing our best. You have got to succeed in doing what is necessary. So this quote by Winston Churchill highlights the importance of going beyond mere effort. It reminds us that simply doing our best or saying we're trying isn't always enough. Success often requires us to focus on what is necessary. Those actions will truly achieve results. So, in life and in work, this serves as a powerful reminder to prioritize outcomes over intentions. It challenges us to not only put effort but to ensure our actions align with what is truly needed to accomplish our goals. That would be all. Thank you.